Yo, what up? It's your boy Spoogy, and today we have a reason about if Shenseea is the next Rihanna. So, an article was published in the Star earlier today where an industry insider stated that Shenseea is the next Rihanna. First and foremost, nobody can be the next Rihanna and nobody can be the next Shenseea. Everybody is their own individual person. But if we are going to tackle the topic, so we have to look on it like this. So, Rihanna is from Barbados, Shenseea is from Jamaica. In order for Shenseea to be the next Rihanna, she would have had to stop do dancehall music. You know what I mean? Should have to stop do reggae music. Rihanna did not do either genres. Granted, none of those genres are from Barbados. But Rihanna was fortunate that she comes from a country that doesn't really have a successful international genre. Yes, we know it's Barbados do like a soca, we know them do like a calypso music, but I mean, I think the verdict is out right now that soca and calypso music, will never be successful internationally. It will just be an indigenous art form where you play seasonally and whatnot. You know what I mean? So Rihanna is a pop artist. So for Shenseea to be a successful Rihanna, then she would have had to relinquish her title as, the next potential dancehall queen in order to be the next Rihanna. You see me I say? It makes sense, no? Because like Americans don't really buy dancehall music on that level. So I don't foresee Shenseea selling. I just don't see her selling millions doing dancehall or reggae music in its purest form, with all respect to the genre. But we already know that our population size is not that competitive and our market value is very low because Jamaicans don't purchase music. Plus, we don't have a huge population. So with those odds against us, it's very hard to compete with American artists. So in order for Rihanna and Shenseea to be compared, Shenseea would have had to take a similar pattern. You know what I mean? She would have had to do less of her native genre and maybe go pop. Now let's see who are the other artists that could be seen as the top Jamaican artists, females. All right. Shaniel Muir. Definitely not the next Rihanna. You know what I mean? Shaniel Muir, bad artist, but she need to do her body. You know what I mean? Yeah. It sounds vain, but we'll be real. She need to do her body. Spice. Spice kind of up in her age a bit. The verdict is still out on Spice. Spice is not a prolific hit maker like that. Her hit rate is very slow and thing. She definitely made contact. So if Spice get the right collaboration, she can maybe get a Billboard song. But me not really see Spice gonna be the next Rihanna. But I think with the right collaboration, the right beat, working with the right producer, she can definitely get a collaboration with might chart on the Billboard. Jada Kingdom. To me, Jada Kingdom has flatlined a bit. You know what I mean? She started out good. As a matter of fact, at one point, Jada Kingdom could have said to be in the same conversation with Rihanna, with not Rihanna, sorry, of course not, with Shenseea. They could have said to be neck and neck at one point, you know what I mean? But I think the reduction in her body, you know what I mean, kind of damaged her fan base. You know what I mean? I think Jada Kingdom's fan base were more into the old Jada, the thick, big body Jada. That's what they were there for. And once she do the reduction, she became a normal IG girl. You know what I mean? And so, I don't know, maybe she need to put on back some more weight or something so she can start drop weight again musically. You see me I say? You get it? Yeah. Back to the main topic though. Yes. So back to Shenseea. Can she be the next Rihanna? Rihanna is pop. We already said she have to go pop. You know what I mean? She have to go do less dancehall because doing more dancehall will make her more like the next Sean Paul and the next Shaggy instead of the next Rihanna. And even though Sean Paul and Shaggy has had a very, very successful careers, both of them, they are not Rihanna. Rihanna is a billionaire. You know what I mean? So definitely Shenseea would have to go pop. Shenseea's music style, sometimes I think it's kind of monotonous, you know what I mean? You have this girl from England, Steph London. Steph London, she have a million voice, a million sounds or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't get that same type of vibe from Shenseea. Her kind of vibe is kind of like the same type of flow. So now that she is in a similar situation as Kanye West, so being under the same label or the same camp as Kanye West, that would work in Shensea's favor as it relates to the songwriting. So she can get the best crop of writers. Because Rihanna and Kanye, Beyonce, them people, they not write the song. Don't trick on yourself. Them not write them own music. You get me? So if Shenseea get those writers, she definitely has the natural talent. She has the voice. She has the image. She has the entire package. But if she get them right on her side, she could definitely be put in the conversation. You know what I mean? We can have that conversation and say, boy, yeah, she could be like a Rihanna. All right. Coffee is a next artist that, she is peaking on the international scene. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, she is one of the highest selling dancehall artists, well, dancehall slash reggae artists in recent time. But with Coffee, she doesn't really have the sex appeal. She's backed by a big label. And the time that we're in right now, you don't really need much sex appeal because you can do other stuff to be viral on social media. But then again, Coffee is not that type of person. She doesn't do antics. She doesn't show her body. So outside of her music, she doesn't trend. Unlike Shenseea, who is always trending for one gimmick after another. So then we have to rule out Coffee and put back Shenseea into the conversation as the next Rihanna. Yes, me know me dey all over the place and I bring up other artists, but I don't want if it seem like me rule out the other artists, then we put in hard work and just say, yo, Shenseea the best, Shenseea could be the next Rihanna, because it's really not that easy. It's a very technical issue, and Shenseea would definitely have to change up a lot of her style of writing, you know what I mean? And she would definitely have to stop doing dancehall and reggae and go full pop if she's going to be like Rihanna, you know what I mean? Maybe even act Americanized, like Rihanna has done in many cases, you know what I mean? In some cases, you don't even know that Rihanna is from the Caribbean unless you start speak her accent in some 3 out of 20 settings or whatnot, you know what I mean? So there is, like, people can look at this thing as face value and say, yeah, she could be the next Rihanna, but there are many elements into the package that is called Rihanna, you know what I mean? And Shenseea is kind of the opposite as it relates to her rise in the music industry. So she would have to change from the Shenseea that we grew and love to the Rihanna that the Americans grew to love in order for her to be seen in the same realm. And that is my 2 cents on the same thing. But based on talent, she definitely is talented.
Murder on the beat, so it's not nice. Want me a mouth? Put up me pum pum.